Brazil is one of the world's most fascinating countries. Brazil occupies half of South America and is slightly larger than the continental U.S. The country has the largest tropical rainforest and the Amazon River, which flows for a distance of 6,500 kilometers. There are 2,500 species of fish, 8,000 kilometers of beaches, and Sao Paulo, the world's third largest city with more than 12 million people, is the largest financial and industrial center in Latin America. Brazil's Rio de Janeiro is host to Carnaval, the greatest popular festivity in the world, attracting more than 1 million people for 4 days and 4 nights of pure samba celebration every year. No other city is built around such magnificent beaches, lined with luxury hotels and top restaurants. No other city offers more attractions. At 2,000 feet on top of Corvado Hill, you will discover the statue of Christ the Redeemer. The airline to bring you to Brazil and take you around the country is VASP. VASP has been flying since 1933, and today more than 5 million passengers fly on one of the best airlines in the Southern Hemisphere. The VASP fleet is composed of Airbus, Boeing, and Douglas aircraft, flying to all Brazilian states and many important cities around the world. VASP's headquarters are in Sao Paulo, where it controls its worldwide operation, which includes the transport of cargo. VASP handles 30% of Brazil's air freight. Today, VASP uses the new modern MD-11 for long-haul flights from Sao Paulo, Rio, Recife, and Salvador to New York, Miami, Los Angeles, Toronto, Osaka, Seoul, Brussels, Zurich, Barcelona, Athens, Casablanca, and other cities. With the best punctuality, comfort, safety, and service. If you're going to Brazil, we highly recommend flying VASP, the Brazilian airline. Welcome in the cockpit of VASP Flight 882, en route from Toronto, Canada to Guarulhos International Airport, Sao Paulo. The MD-11, registered Papa Sierra Oscar Whiskey, is currently in an area of high electricity, which you can witness being discharged outside the cockpit. This is common when flying over the southern Caribbean and northern parts of South America.
This position here, you can see Acari. Acari is the Brazilian boundary. This side is Suriname. After Acari, you're going to be in Brazil. We are about 200 miles to Acari right now.
One of the many impressive views you will get when flying over Brazil is the Amazon River, which flows for a distance of 6,500 kilometers. It has more than 1,000 tributaries and thus forms the largest fluvial basin on the planet, with an area of 7 million square kilometers.
Belém, VASP 889.
Prossiga 889.
Passando a vertical de Santarém aos 18, nível 370, estimando nelos aos
As the sun is about to set, we are cruising at 37,000 feet. Our route takes us down to Brasilia, the capital, where we will turn due south, heading towards Sao Paulo International Airport.
Belém Ciente, mantenha 080, Porto de Moi, em 133,35, caso negativo.
We rejoin our crew as they initiate the final approach phase, which will take us to runway 27 left.
VASP the 8089er, descend now until flight level 080, over.
889 down to 080.
Brasil 766, estabilizado no localizador a 6.000 pés.
766, autorizado ILS, pista 27 esquerda.
Brasil 766, ciente.
Roger. Inside.
Oi, Guarulhos, muito bom dia. Brasil 766 está a 3,5 milhas do externo e estabilizado na Charlie 7, ILS 27 esquerda.
Prosseguindo a aproximação 27 esquerda, o vento 090 graus com 3 nós, altímetro no 022, agora informação pista livre, Brasil 766.
766.
Minimum.
Varig 412, livre da linha, manter 27 da direita, Varig 412.
E mantém 412.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Torre Guarulhos, bom dia, Varig 266. Varig 412, livre de decolagem 27 direita, vento 080 graus com 5 nós, Varig 412.
412 inicia.
80 knots.
Torre Varig 266, bom dia. 266, mantém ponto de espera, pista 27 à direita, Varig 266. 66. VASP 889er on the ground at 31, hold short to runway 27 right.
Hold short, runway 27 right.
The aircraft is perfect. This is MD-11.
We invite you to join us on our next flight in the cockpit, which will take us from Sao Paulo to New York's JFK, on board this same aircraft, this time piloted by Captain Allen.
Mary VASP 882.
If I have any doubts about my route, I can always push here on the plan, and I have all my route description way up to the arrival at Kennedy. So once I have this electronics equipment working, I don't think I have much trouble in finding my way home.
During that 10-hour flight, you will be kept informed of our route and learn about the MD-11 and its modern avionics. So please, join us and fly VASP's MD-11. Today, the VASP fleet is composed of 4 types of aircraft. For domestic flights, the Boeing 737 in 2 versions, the Dash 200 carrying 112 passengers and the Dash 300 able to carry 136. For busy routes, VASP flies the Airbus A300, able to accommodate 240 passengers on flights ranging up to 5,230 kilometers. For long-haul intercontinental flights, VASP uses 9 MD-11 aircraft, flying at close to 1,000 kilometers per hour on routes up to 13,500 kilometers. The next aircraft in the fleet is the Boeing 737-300. Operating in a single-class 132-seat configuration, the Dash 300 is mainly used on the shuttle service linking São Paulo's domestic Congonhas Airport with Rio's domestic Santos Dumont Airport. 2 aircraft operate 5 round trips each daily. We are currently on board aircraft Sierra Oscar uniform, operating Flight 645 on its way to Rio.
Obrigado, volta 737.
During the descent and approach to runway 20, we overfly Rio's International Airport.
Altimetro no 018, 4727.
Pelo 4727, a gente agradece.
Oi, VASP 645, boa tarde. 131.
4727 na tela gávea?
Okay, landing gear now. Flaps to 15, checklist.
Altimeter,
Set 108.
start switch, recall.
25 graus.
Isso. Speed brake,
Landing on line.
landing gear,
Now, green.
holding flaps. Oi, VASP 645.
Flaps 25.
B45, chama o paiol 20 esquerda, altímetro 1018.
Chama lá, vai.
Ok, querendo completar para o ILR, localização boa.
Tá. Beleza? São 9h30. Completo.
Outra leve 4727 está na escuta da torre?
Prossiga.
Gente, qual é o seu estimado para passar o Pão de Açúcar?
Go check. Set landing flaps.
Já passei o Pão de Açúcar, hein? Estou atravessando a boca da barra. 4737.
Chame livrando a boca da barra.
Flaps.
49.
Land checklist complete.
4737 ou 4727?
Ultra leve.
4737.
Sim, seu posto será João Monteiro.
Afirmativo.
Qual é o seu estimado na localidade?
Para a capital.
Alto bar display.
Qual é o seu estimado no destino?
No destino, aliás.
Nada copiado, confirma?
Ok.
Paiol.
Baixo 645, leve pouso, 180 com 09.
Leve pouso, passou, Paiol.
Certo. 4737-2. Qual é o estimado no destino?
500 pés. Cientes.
Go check.
Estabilizado, 140 com 11.
645,
Da
qual é o
esquerda.
estimado dele?
500.
O pôr do sol não vai dar para chegar a João Monteiro. Paraná para pernoitar em Campos, ok?
Então o senhor vai pousar em Campos, no aeródromo de Campos.
Horário de Campos, 16h30.
Quero saber se o senhor vai pousar no aeródromo de Campos. O destino então agora será Serra Bravo, Charlie Papá, Campos.
pés, estabilizado, 140 com 12.
Minimum.
Da esquerda.
Seu destino então vai ser Serra Bravo, Charlie Papá, Campos, aeródromo de Campos.
O estimado em Campos, às 16h30. Vou alternar Maricá, ok? 4737.
Ciente. Então, seu estimado, o senhor vai prosseguir para pouso em Campos ou vai só passar a vertical de Campos?
Break
Confirma.
exam.
4737-2. O senhor vai pousar em Campos?
60 nós.
Às 16h30. 17h30 Zulu.
Ah, não é possível, senhor. O senhor vai fazer em 15 minutos no ultraleve da posição que o senhor está até Campos, que são 17h15 Zulu agora.
Às 15,
O senhor deve pousar lá 19h30 Zulu, seria isso?
São 2h30 até Campos, ok?
Positivo. Da presente posição, então, 2h30 até Campos.
Afirmativo.
Ciente. Então, confirmando, seu destino será Serra Bravo.
Posição, chamorei para reiniciar.
Ground time in Rio is 45 minutes. This is calculated to allow deplaning of passengers, aircraft servicing, including cleaning, catering, fueling, and the boarding of the new passengers going to Sao Paulo on Flight 652.
Thank you for joining us on this short flight, about 45 minutes between Rio and São Paulo. We have departed from Rio, runway 20, from Santos Dumont Airport to São Paulo, and landing in São Paulo, runway 17.
O que saiu?
Okay. Ready now?
Ready.
Iniciando o VASP 652.
Deve decolar.
Rio Sul 94, ingressando na Alfa, pronto.
Pode decolar 737, alinhar na esquerda e manter. 94.8. N1, 7. 80 nós. View 1, rotation.
Get up.
Get up.
Decolou 02, 11935.
2. Controle VASP 652. VASP 652, boa tarde. Contato radar na decolagem. Suba nível 280, vigilância, radar. 52.
Flaps 1.
1.
Flaps up.
Flapear.
Rio 357, está cruzando 80, está autorizado até o 100. Negativo, temos tráfego na sua posição 12 horas.
After an uneventful 25 minutes, we're already approaching Sao Paulo.
Coordenação Guarulhos é o 954 Serra Papacu.
Gear down.
Get down.
Coordenação Guarulhos é o Serra Papacu.
Balance checklist.
Digo, já passou São Paulo Via, longa final da antiga de ponto líder. Ciente, termina a final do antigo de ponto líder. São Paulo opera para pistão no 7, vento 180 graus.
Tá dando, vamos ver. Aqui é que dá.
Ajuste no 021.
Vamos ver se ele vai chegar lá. 166.
Avistado 652, cruza 3.900 metros, trem baixando trabalho. Gente no sexto direito ao tráfego número 1, no livre pouso, 652, vento 150 graus, no 0. Livre pouso no sexto direito, 652. Pagou reforço, solo 43, destino táxi.
Telefone.
Transamérica.
Vamos levar a mão.
Próximo à interseção à esquerda,
ficou meio...
mantendo a chuva. Ótimo. São Paulo, Charlie Quebec Bravo, ponto de espera aqui da pista auxiliar da esquerda, show. Charlie Quebec Bravo, Torre São Paulo, livre, alinhar e bater ao 7 esquerda. Bravo? Torre São Paulo, boa tarde, Papatel Hotel, Tango Kilo pelo setor oeste, procede de Delta, Hotel Golf, 10 segundos para o cruzamento, morro vermelho. Opa, título! Hotel e Univar Hotel. Tango Kilo, cruzamento de Whisky para Eco. Aguarde instruções, tem um 737 em curta final no 7 direito. Aguarde estado do seu tráfego após o pouso da aeronave, livre cruzamento. E ingressar na perna do vento
Para pouso táxi hotel sentido no 7, no setor Whisky.
Quero 7, circulando no setor Whisky agora. Rio Paulo Hotel e Uniforme Hotel.
Uniforme Hotel, estou em São Paulo para si.
Guarulhos para São Paulo, passou Ipiranga, vai para Geral 2.
Retornando, tá? 3-1.
Chame ao ingressar a perna do vento, setor
Permanece, 14 de
para pouso táxi hotel sentido no 7, vento 180 graus, 00 nós.
Light
Oscar.
ciente.
Táxi Oscar, táxi Oscar, salva os 45, frequência livre. Delta Charlie, Quebec Bravo, livre decolagem, 180 graus, 08 nós. 17 esquerda.
Agora, vai.
Bravo 1.
Então, o quilo cruzamento está autorizado, irá ingressar na perna do vento do setor eco para pouso na táxi hotel sentido no 7. Atento o outro helicóptero ingressando na perna do vento, avisto mesmo, fazendo separação visual ao contrário.
Relativo, avistando Danilo.
Então, uniforme hotel, dá presente, autorizados girar base
45.
para pista 17 esquerda, hotel uniforme hotel. Vento 180 graus, 00 nós.
Hotel girando para 17 esquerda.
Quebec Bravo, decolado aos 4,5, chame o controle.
After Douglas and Boeing, our next aircraft comes from the Airbus family. VASP operates a trio of A300 B-2s. They are used on heavily traveled routes such as São Paulo, Rio, Recife, São Paulo, Porto Alegre, and the flight we will be taking today from Salvador de Bahia to Buenos Aires, with stops in Rio and São Paulo. The domestic A300 operates in a single-class, 240-seat configuration. The international A300 also features a business class. The aircraft seen here, Sierra November November, has just arrived from Buenos Aires and is awaiting a fresh crew to take it back to Argentina. Passengers are now boarding for Rio, São Paulo, and Buenos Aires. We are joining the first leg of this 8-hour trip.
Time.
Prossiga, manutenção.
EGT com 11 segundos.
Mantenha a posição, aguarde.
Anyone? Moving.
Eco Hotel Romeo, mantenha presente posição, aguarde para ingresso no pátio.
Romeo frente.
Anyone moving?
Salvador, Eco Hotel Romeo informa que o Airbus ainda está com pushback, tem condições de prosseguir para a
45.
Ok,
Está com 3 horas e 43 de autonomia, alterna Guarulhos com 218 PB.
Sente o 957, está autorizado o táxi, ponto de espera da pista 10, aguardando cópia 957.
Guardando cópia, VASP 957.
Direita livre.
Direita livre.
Esquerda também. Brakes.
Check.
VASP 957, autorizado Galeão nível 310, opera Alfa 314. Decola, curva à direita, intercepta radial 210 até cruzar o nível 180. Após estar livre, curvar à direita em rota, o controle 1208. Transponder 4575957.
ATC has just cleared VASP 957 to Rio, initially to climb to flight level 180 with a cruise altitude of flight level 310, squawk 4575, and we're all set for takeoff.
Take off. Go, levers.
Thrust SS, runway.
Check it.
Torre, o VASP 251 está na base da 10.
900. View 1. Rotate speed. Positive takeoff climb.
Get up. Level change.
Level change.
Cruise power.
957, decola 44, pode arrumar o chão de controle.
Zero.
208, obrigado, Nath.
1.500 pés, temos os dois tráficos se aproximando do setor nordeste, ok?
Hello. Welcome. My name is Daniel. I'm a captain. This is the first officer, Eduardo, and this flight engineer, Josué. Well, this is a VASP 957 from Salvador to Ezeiza, Buenos Aires. We stop in Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. Now we are flying at 31,000 feet. And we estimate time to arrive in Rio de Janeiro about 1 hour.
Flap 8.
3 green, 8 headings.
Our landing gear is down and locked as we approach Rio International.
Trem baixo travado, senhor. Livre pouso.
Flap 25.
130 com 2, tá, Gonete? Flaps 25.
Final check.
Final check. Landing gear.
3 green, 8 release.
3 green, 8 release. Spoilers.
Armed.
Armed. Auto brake.
Off.
Slots and flaps.
25, 25 Kruger.
Final check. Let's go.
Autothrottle disarmer.
Check.
Autopilot. Disarmer.
Check. Mil pés para o campo, altímetro, instrumentos cross-check.
Cross-check.
Torre do Galeão, boa noite, é o Varig 375.
Boa noite, Varig 375, para cima.
Está cruzando sobre o Santos Dumont, pro ano setor da Penha.
Afirmativo, prossiga a perna do vento, pista 195, rebote no setor da Penha, Varig 375.
500 pés para o campo, altímetro, instrumentos cross-check.
Cross-check.
Batalhão, vai, 94, quero dar um
200 para os milhas.
Batimento 94, está livre alinhado, decolar pista 10, vento 150 graus com 02 mangas, VASP 194.
194 dentro da colagem.
200. 100. 30, 20, 10. Reverse number. Green line.
Boa noite, táxi via Fox Kilo e Índia, Fox Kilo e Índia para Fox 015. Sempre escuta no ingresso do TPS-1 antes do ataque de Lima, 371.
Fox Kilo Índia para o gate 05,
Direita livre.
Para entrar no TPS, Varig 375.
Ótimo.
Batalhão, FAP 2401 para o cruzamento da 33.
Voltei, aguarde. Pescado zerando livre cruzamento, reporte pista livre.
Ok, livre cruzamento, reportará pista livre.
Number 2, shoot down. Number 1, shoot down.
Last, but certainly not least, we look at the backbone of VASP's domestic network, namely the Boeing 737-200. More than 20 aircraft are currently in the fleet, linking close to 30 domestic cities, plus Aruba and Buenos Aires.
Come on, go ahead.
Okay, sir. Kilo to Vitória, flight level 290, Upper Whiskey 11. Togo and departure, Drama transition, squawk 4164. After takeoff, control, frequency 1291, VASP 242.
VASP 242, clear to flight level 2902, Vitória, by Upper Whiskey 11. Depart Togo 1, transition Dama. Squawk 4164. Depart control 129.1, VASP 242.
Okay, sir, push back, report on this frequency.
Por favor, 242.
Oil pressure, right? Closure. Starting that out. Okay.
VASP 242,
Clear takeoff, wind 080 degrees, 08 knots, VASP 242.
Clear takeoff, VASP 242. Little hit. On. Start switch. On. Transponder. On. Landing lights. On.
Airborne at 37. Canal control frequency 1294, 242.
242.
Voo 492, continue a descida até 5.000 pés, curva esquerda, proa 090 para IPC0 aqui. Ou melhor, IPC0 de Belo Horizonte. Final Indião, descida até 5.000 pés, ajustou altimetro 023, 492. 5.000 no 023.
We are now climbing out of Tancredo Neves International Airport, which serves the city of Belo Horizonte, en route to Vitoria. Flight time is less than 40 minutes.
Mantendo proa, acessou até 6.000 pés. A orientação foi alternada para a fase de comunicação. Entrar em contato com o Ribeiro. Report call, approach control frequency 1294, over.
1294. Telephone departure, VASP 242 and 67 altitude.
VASP 242, good morning, and the ready contact after takeoff for traffic separation, make a left 20, heading now 080 by your left side. Continue ground over is level 290. In case of lost communication, after passing by level 210, resume your navigation, take a heading to the railway in Congress and 1273, VASP 242.
Okay, headed 080. Telephone back after 210 level 4, VASP 242.
Affirmative, sir. VASP 242, position out to the VUR, 18 miles southeast, radio 126. Maintaining heading 080 until passing level 210 or new instructions from Brazil Center. Call now on frequency 1273, enable call 127.0. Read back.
After cruising at flight level 290 for 20 minutes, we are now descending and should be landing on runway 23 shortly after a scenic approach of Vitoria.
5.
Downwind leg, left side, VASP 242.
Roger, 242, have a traffic inside, report turn base to left, base to final, with then landing gear down left.
242.
Flap stand, please.
Sonho Nordeste 204, bom dia.
204, prossiga.
Décima milha, cruzando 5.000 para a entrada no circuito, se autorizado, base pela direita da 23.
Flaps 15. Land checklist para both flaps. Oh, Jim. 25.
Main flag, landing gear check, VASP 242.
42 grip land wind, 330 degrees, 04 knots.
Clear for landing, VASP 242. O 204 a 5 milhas, avistando o tráfego na base. Pode, se autorizado, pode prosseguir aqui para alongar uma base final da 23.
Afirmativo, mantendo separação visual.
Land from study. Flaps. Land 40.
47.
Flaps. 40 minutes. Land check. Final, let me go down. Yes, cross checked. Super. Double it up. Okay.
Quase para a final da 23, baixar travada Nordeste 204.
204, aguarde pista perfeita.
204.
VASP 242, on the ground up 18. Good taxi, using the runway on final, at your right.
Clear taxi, VASP 242.
Fazendo favor.
Cruzando 330 graus, 069.
Our ground time is only 30 minutes. Some passengers are disembarking here, while others are boarding. The first officer makes sure Sierra Mike Hotel is serviceable for its next flight to Salvador de Bahia, scheduled to take our 737 1 hour and 15 minutes. The aircraft checks out okay for another on-time departure for VASP. This time, we will be using runway 05.
Falar você. É, joia. Mais parâmetro normal. Tem com a Power Set. Belíssimas. Flap one, please. What do you want? 109.85, welcome to Port Rico. Flaps on.
Bom dia, Whisky Lima Comum. Já iniciou curva direita, confirma. Afirmativo, estou estabilizando na proa 085. Positivo, apenas confirmando, temos uma aeronave em emergência com sentido contrário de voo, usando 350. Agora está com distância de 1,9 milhas. O tipo do equipamento.
On this leg of VASP 242, which was fully booked, passengers are treated to a light meal and drinks.
Good morning, this is VASP number 242 to Recife from to Guarulhos International Airport and then Confins and then Vitória and then Salvador and then Maceió. Estimate this moment estimate land to Salvador 30 minutes.
347 tem descida autorizada para o nível 200, Boeing 347.
Our captain has just pulled back the throttles for descent into Salvador. As a special treat for our last flight, he promised us a slight detour so that we can appreciate the view of the city of Salvador de Bahia. We we hope you enjoyed flying on board the VASP fleet across Brazil, and we look forward to welcoming you soon on our VASP MD-11 flight from Sao Paulo to New York's JFK.
Controle Salvador, bom dia, Boeing 350 para as condições.
Salvador, VASP 242.
Go ahead.
Can you request you turn left, ready north?
You're clear to make deviation 242.
Oh, two, thank you.
Sem veremos verificados, peguei aberto, reserva no corte,
Salvador, VASP 250.
Prossiga.
Mantenha 0802304.
Roger.
Eu peço,
700 feet.
1,700 feet, VASP 242.
Salvador, Fantasma 389, atingimento ao meu bloco.
Ciente, reporte, passando João da zona 389. Oscar Delta Whisky, desça para 030.
030.
Confirmando quem solicitou as condições de Salvador?
Boeing 556.
556, Salvador opera visual, pista 10, o vento 130 graus, 10 mais, ajuste na 018, 29 graus, Charlie 1 prevista.
Charlie 1, 29, 1018, obrigado, até já.
Salvador é o Olimpo 09 do 060,
Farol da Barra.
mencionado 41200. Ciente, Olimpo 09, reporte limite da Tecnon. 09. Ciente, aproxima direto, 242.
Quatro horas. Coração. Relação preparada. Landing gear down, por favor. Flap 15. Pode deixar aqui o disparadão do flap. Altivo, torre. Altivo, 1027. First switch on, recall, check, speed brake, landing gear, not breathe, hold and flaps. Torre Salvador, VASP 242, final pré-checado.
242, consiga aproximação, vai liberação de pista.
25, por favor.
6436, já prestou as manobras para decorar?
Pouso 242. 500 cross-check estabilizado.
VASP 164, decolagem 20, chama o controle 10,8.
Colado alto.
20, chama o controle 10,8. VASP 164.
64, 208, obrigado.
Our focus today is on VASP and their use of the MD-11. VASP owns the largest fleet of MD-11s in South America. The first aircraft, which happens to be the one we will be flying today, was delivered on February 14, 1992. Since that date, VASP has taken delivery of a new MD-11 every 6 months. Today's Flight 882 will take us on a routing from Sao Paulo to New York JFK. Shortly, we will join our crew in the operations room at Guarulhos International Airport, where they are being briefed on the flight by the dispatch officer.
Chamados de IRM, o do Brasil fica a bordo. Você vai ter aqui os mapas, a área aqui.
Desculpa. O Oscar Whisky chegou agora de Nova York. Ele me informou que as pastas, os manuais que estão a bordo estão checados.
Então fica aquele
Só tem que permanecer.
Well, we got all the preparation checklists and all the checks done. Last minute passengers are coming in and the luggage is being sent to the boat. So now we're going to start our flight duties. We're going to start with getting our clearance. Anytime you wish, Captain Abreu.
Rudderless clearance. Good afternoon, this is VASP 882. Fill information request HC to Kennedy, New York. Flight level 330.
Standing by.
Standing by.
2, temperatura 2. Espere vetoração, radar para inter...
VASP 882. Clearance.
Go ahead.
I have conditions to climb to 350.
35, no. Rather get 31 then.
No.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Copy.
Go ahead.
Clear flight level 310 Upper Whiskey 2 Kennedy. Jandy 1 departure. Bravo Golf Charlie transition. Climb and maintain. Flight level 070 to Jandy intersection. Sao Paulo departure 119.8 squawk 4065.
VASP 882. We are clear to Kennedy, New York, flight level 310 via Upper Whiskey 2 to Kennedy. Jandy 1 departure. Bravo Golf Charlie transition. After takeoff, maintain 770 until Jandy intersection. Departure control will be 109.8 and transponder score code 4065.
Your readback is correct. Contact 121.7. Push and start.
Ground 17 by.
Ground frequency over here. Switch it to now and stand by.
In the meantime, all passengers have boarded and we are ready to push back for our 9.5-hour flight to JFK.
Ground, this is VASP 882. Standing gate Golf 0 for start engine clearance and later pushback.
VASP 882 Golf 4 minutes pushback, start up from taxi.
We are clear to push and start up engines. Call you back, ready for taxi.
Start the engines.
Só nota.
Para o hotel 10.
At this time, Captain Allen starts the number 3, which is the right engine.
Fuel on. VGT.
As we push back from Gate 4, we notice VASP's Boeing 737, which arrived from Rio with the connecting passengers in transit for our flight.
Fleet, taxi Hotel on Bravo, holding point 27 right, tower 118.4. 84, 82. Try again.
For the right. We are clear to line up and take off 27 right, last meeting. Before takeoff, check the speeds.
After reaching our cruising altitude, the cabin crew prepares the meal service. VASP 882 is a day flight and passengers will be treated to lunch after takeoff, drinks and snacks, and a movie, as well as a dinner before our evening landing in New York. When flying from North to South America or vice versa, we highly recommend choosing a day flight, which will give you the opportunity to witness some amazing scenery, including the largest fluvial basin on the planet. The Amazon River flows for a distance of 6,500 kilometers and has more than 1,000 tributaries with an area of 7 million square kilometers.
Part of the requirements, eu achei equipments requirement. Começa a preencher aqui partido do item 2, tá? VASP Brasil. Americano normalmente é um vez, dia e ano. Outra arrival with Nova York, JFK. Chegou do posto. Umas cabas faltando por aqui. Toda aqui que é do meu lado, né? É do meu lado? Não, também que eu vou trazer ele.
Você está com 54,400, então
Hello, Dorival, good afternoon, VASP 882 position. VASP 882, we're checking Acaria 1923, flight level 350, estimating Cox number 1947, itinerary next, VASP 882.
657. A mais. Informa o comandante.
VASP 882 para Mário Locutor, Roger, report Coxswain and VASP 882. Can I have your type of aircraft, point of departure and destination?
It's Mike Delta 11, registration, Papa Sierra Oscar Whiskey, destination is New York Kennedy.
And VASP 882, what was your point of departure?
Point of departure was São Paulo, Sierra Bravo Golf Romeo. I'm maintaining Mach .82.
Roger, and what will be your route of flight? Your route of flight after Coxham?
Okay, after Coxham we're going on the uniform Alpha 312 to Timmery, then uniform Alpha 324 to Port of Spain, uniform Golf 449 to another, Golf 449 to Delta Papa, Alpha 300 Owens, then direct Calm and direct Kennedy.
Roger, thank you. Report Coxham.
I'll report Coxham.
On flights of this length, VASP will schedule 3 pilots, 2 captains and a first officer, in order to allow a necessary rest period for each of the 2 flying pilots.
VASP 882. We check Coxswain at 1947, flight level 350. Temeri at 2000. A próxima era Ninga. Roger, total information 128.6. 128. Eu tinha que ter falado a próxima que era.
Agora chama Georgetown.
Georgetown, né?
Tá certo.
Georgetown information, VASP 882.
VASP 882 report to Mary.
Report what?
Primary.
VASP 882 report to Mary.
Roger, VASP 882.
Good afternoon. My name is Alan. This is Captain Abreu, the Post Office Boeing Guimarães. Nice to have you here in the 7011. It's our VASP regular flight from Sao Paulo to New York Kennedy. As you see, this is MD-11. We are on this route to Kennedy. It's a route of 9 hours and 30 minutes of flight, and we go over Brasilia. Then we cross the Amazon River with 2 hours and 50 minutes of flight. Then we come up to the north coast of South America, close to Paramaribo and Georgetown. Then over a few islands, way up to San Juan in Puerto Rico. From there we go back to the ocean, between the United States coast and the Bermudas, way up to Kennedy. We'll get to back to the shoreline of the United States, just south of Kennedy. If I have any doubts about my route, I can always push here on the plan, and I have all my route description way up to the arrival at Kennedy. So once I have this electronics equipment working, I don't think I have much trouble finding my way home.
As we approach the northern coast of South America, where we will start our overflight of the Caribbean Sea and Atlantic Ocean, we look at our aircraft with registration Papa Sierra Oscar Whiskey. This is VASP's first MD-11, which was manufactured in January 1992 and delivered on February 14th of the same year.
Well, we are on the north coast of South America, close to Georgetown. After that, we go over some islands, way up to San Juan in Puerto Rico. Then we'll be leaving Bermuda to our right and the coast of the United States to our left, going way up to Kennedy, of course, reaching the shoreline just south of New York. I still don't know anything about the approach. We'll be informed about that when we'll be about 1 hour from our landing. Anyhow, since we left Sao Paulo, that was a departure facing west, runway 27. We knew, of course, about the weather en route. It's fairly good this afternoon, and also for the Kennedy at the time of our arrival. It's going to be scattering and a calm wind. That's what we're expecting. Now for this flight, we left Sao Paulo was 88,000 kilos, 88 tons of fuel. We should be using about 72,000 up to Kennedy. We have now 4 hours of flight and we have now 15 tons on board. Each engine now is taking about 2,500 kilos per hour. Well, the MD-11 is a free-engine plane for long-distance flight. It's based on the DC-10, and the main modification has a glass cockpit, and we lost, unfortunately, the flight engineer. This plane has a maximum takeoff weight around 280,000 kilos, and there's a new version of 283. Take about 320 passengers, and the endurance is something over 12 hours per second. Here in the middle we have the three throttles, engine 1, 2 and 3, and also the start control for each engine. Speed brake control and the ground spoilers, and the slant and flap panel. We also have a dial flap system that's particular to McDonnell planes. This dial here is peculiar to the McDonnell Douglas plane. In order to get the best of the plane in performance for takeoff, you don't have a fixed flap or certain fixed flaps. You can go in by the book, by your performance book, and you can find which is the best flap for takeoff, degree by degree or even half degrees. For instance, 13, 13 and a half, 14. In Sao Paulo, we took off using a flap 20. And down here we have the communication panels where we can select the VHF and HF frequencies. Over here, this is my system display control where I select what I want from systems on the display unit. Radar control and the transponder antennas. This is a modern equipment and it adds a lot to the flight safety. Well, the overhead panel substitutes a panel of the flight engineer that normally is on the right side. But this panel is out of the sight of the pilot. If anything goes wrong in this panel, I have a warning here, master caution or master warning, and I can call up the system that has a fault on my display here and see what's going wrong and go for the due checklist or sort it out just by looking. Okay, these are the display units of the MD-11. The first one, it's called a primary flight display. We have the electronic horizon as a crossbar for IFR piloting. And the difference now, we have the speed on tape and also the altimeter on tape. And of course you have your magnetic heading down here also. This one here is a navigation display where you can follow the route flying. You can also do your planning going way up to Kennedy if you wish this time. Just call it up. And you use it also for approach. Over here you have the primary indication of the engines, and any alerts you have from the system will come down here. Over here you have the system display where you have the main systems of the aircraft. That's hydraulic, electrical, and the air. You see, I got an alert here because I'm using the system at this moment in manual. For the first officer, you have a copy of the navigation display and the primary flight display. Okay, at the beginning here, we have the electronic instrument system. This is for altimeter setting, radio altitudes. These switches I feed back to the navigation display. If I want specific information for a waypoint, or if I want to know all the VORs I have close to the airplane. These are the choices I have for the navigation display. The VORs, switch it on and off, and the range I want for my navigation display. On the middle, for the flight control panel, I can put the speed here, or I can bring it from the FMS. The same thing for heading, altitude setting, and a vertical speed control. You start by knowing what's the program you have. Then you can fill up a route, Sao Paulo to Kennedy, the flight levels you want, that's brought on the flight plan, and he'll give you optimum flight level, maximum flight level, and some other information. Then you can have your navigation here. At this point, we just passed Port of Spain, we're going to Perry, Anada, and you probably know the next port point over here will be over here. Delta, Delta, Papa, that's close to San Juan. If I need any other information concerning performance of the aircraft, I bring to the page of performance. Once again, I have my optimum flight level, my maximum, when I should climb to the next flight level, in 2 hours and 90 minutes. The best speed for fuel consumption, for holding, or if I don't want that, if I want to go quicker than I am now, I can just ask for Mach 85 and put it over there, and I have the plane speeding up for that. Way down here we have all the altimeters, barometric style, with a speed indication over here. And a completely independent horizon. It doesn't need anything from the aircraft, so if everything fails, you're able to fly the plane with this horizon and this altimeter speed. See, we are maintaining Mach 82. If I wish to disconnect that off, just switch it off the other side, and I bring it back to my own control. To bring back the auto throttle, just press on the profile, and you bring up the speed again. These throttles, they also have a trim between them, so they always, the three of them are always maintaining the same N1. That would be our basic for power. That's a brief view of the cockpit of the MD-11. That's one of the most modern commercial aircraft we have flying in the world today.
At this time, we take a minute to check our current position. We are approaching San Juan on the island of Puerto Rico, with another 1,800 miles to go to destination. From here, it will be a continuous overflight of the Atlantic Ocean at 35,000 feet for the remainder of the flight. VASP's MD-11 now serves 5 continents. In South America, flights depart from Sao Paulo, Rio, Salvador, and Recife. Peak flights to Buenos Aires also utilize the high-capacity MD-11. Aruba in the Caribbean is served, and cities in North America include New York, Miami, Los Angeles, and Toronto. Africa is serviced through Casablanca, Asia through Seoul, and VASP's European service includes Brussels, Athens, Barcelona, and Zurich. More cities will be added in the future. A technical look at the aircraft reveals it can carry up to 325 passengers on flights of 13 hours with a maximum range of 7,250 nautical miles. It is equipped with 3 General Electric CF6 engines, each of which produces 61,500 pounds of thrust, providing a maximum takeoff weight of 630,000 pounds. At maximum takeoff weight, the aircraft will need a solid 10,000-foot runway to lift off, and a 7,000-foot runway is sufficient for a touchdown at maximum landing weight. The weight of the aircraft empty is 287,000 pounds. The MD-11 is 200 feet long, and the wingspan is almost as wide as the length of the aircraft. With 270 miles to go to JFK, which will take us less than 1 hour, we rejoin the flight deck, where our crew is preparing the aircraft for descent, approach, and landing. We thank you for joining us on this flight and hope to welcome you soon on our flight to Africa.
Se eu tiver uma perda de motor, até 4 a minha performance vento no Kennedy está 310 km, né? 04 right. Chuck, 21-1. Safety altitude 1,700 feet. Radar vector will take us at least 3B, and then the course will be 044 for the ILS. The decision altitude 212.
12. Already set my side.
And the miss approach proceeded with climb to 500 feet, and turn right heading to Deer Park, climbing to 4,000 feet. Okay? We have plenty of fuel, we have 16 fuel on arrival, so we have some holding time if we need.
Alitalia, this is Sierra Oscar Whiskey VASP 882. Flying high.
gosta do gravado.
Normalmente eles têm dado, viu?
127.4, thank you, sir. Good night. New York approach, good evening. VASP 82, heavy descending to 4,000, heavy 350.
1.
Left heading 280, VASP 82.
Same level.
Nada.
Same level. Itália, dispatch. Rush order, Sierra Oscar Whiskey VASP 82. Esse
0305 left 04 right, VASP 82.
join the localizer 05.
Clear for the ILS.
$130,77. Eu vou deixar aqui no 2 já, depois de... Turn left. Left heading 340, VASP 82 heading. Fico preocupado com essa... Esqueceu o alitado, senão ficou com esse negócio aqui, né? Se tá na frequência, se não tá.
Filha da mãe.
Olha, ele parou.
You want to intercept the localizer again?
Ah, é. Vou mandar ele de novo. Approach landing. Down 1,500, clear to ILS approach, 04 right, 82. Lights. It's complete cena, ok? Canning Tower 19.1, Salon 82. Depois vai ser 121,9. localizer 04 right.
2 dots, flaps 28.
Canning Tower, VASP 882, localizer 04 right. 3 miles. Clear to run 04 right, VASP 882 heavy. O avião mais lento aí, 3 milhas, né? Propeller. Deve estar bem lento.
1 dot, gear down, please. I'm going to slow down. The guy's still on the short final. Flaps to 35. Right slope cap.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Okay.
Spoiler. Flaps 50, please.
Okay.
Landing checklist.
Gears.
Down for green.
Down for green. Out brake.
Off.
Spoilers.
Armed.
Armed. Flaps.
50.
50. Altimeters. Check and set to 991.
991.
EAD.
EAD, check it.
Send approach check. Landing checklist complete.
And set the this approach, please. 4,000.
Okay. 4,000. Deixa o speed, tá certo.
My controls.
E heading é 100, tá?
Approaching minimum. Minimum. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Essa aqui é a Fox Alpha.
Olha o flap ali. Abaixa e empurra que vai.
Pô, mas isso é jeito mesmo. Tô abaixando e empurrando. Só. Ele tem um bem, APU
da partida.
Da partida normal.
Nada da Itália, né?
Vou tentar de novo, tá? Olha, na Golf Nessa Yankee chega, essa aqui é a Zulu, né? Zulu. E a Golf é à direita, tá?
Ali?
É. A Golf é à direita. A Golf que é hold short para cruzar a...
Ground control, good evening, VASP 882.
Okay, cross sense. Okay, I'm speeding up and direct to the ramp on Golf. That's what it is. Falou com o ramp?
Ainda não. Anybody answer me? Não, pode ser que seja esse VHF2, viu?
Ground control, VASP 882.
Okay, good evening. Crossing the 04 left. Would you please confirm our gate? We try contact with the company dispatch. Was impossible.
Roger, VASP, we have you for gate number
33. Okay, gate 33. We are clear to proceed the taxi. Until there, thank you. Vou ver. Stand by for electrical power, okay?
Yeah, they got the ground generators over there. Taking only 2 engines up. As usual, the most difficult part arriving in New York is the ground, Kennedy. But anyhow, it's very nice to have you here in the cockpit with us. And just as a matter of fact, the plane now will be leaving Kennedy back to Sao Paulo. I believe he should be leaving here in 2 hours' time. Thank you very much for flying with us. It was a real pleasure.